fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Elise.
Good morning.
How you doing, Al?
I'm doing very well.
Hey, happy freaking New Year.
Happy New Year back to you.
Oh, no, Al, it's happy freaking New
Well, we
Year.
said Happy New Year last week.
Right.
But I hope everybody had a fabulous, fabulous New Year's Eve.
I think I did.
Was it a
You think so?
freaking good New Year?
It was.
Well, let's hear it. It just sounds like it was
It was a great New Year.
a freaking great
It
New Year.
was.
You're not going to get him to say it. He's not going to say
Oh,
it.
he ain't going to say it.
But that's okay. That's okay. He doesn't. He's consistent. Year after year, he is consistent.
Yes, he is. It wasn't like I asked him to say Happy New Year, right?
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
It was Happy New Year.
Wow.
Let's start this off on the right.
Wow. Wow.
I'm
got
Anthony
that?
Vincent, damn it.
You got that out?
Got it.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay, then.
Oh,
So,
my finger is sore
what-
from hitting that button.
ow. Sizzle, sizzle. Ooh. Okay, there. So, what are we going to talk about?
I don't know what you want to talk about after that.
I don't think there is very much. All right, so
Well,
let's
I
call it a
think there
day.
is. Do you know
Yeah.
that it's really better for a couple in a relationship if the woman is physically more attractive than the guy? Would you agree to that? Yeah, handsome men, on average, really make bad husbands.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Interesting.
you and I may have, some issues there, but good thing.
I think you're both very handsome, and I'm sure Al is an excellent husband. And I have to be honest, my husband is very, very handsome, and he's a great husband. He's excellent. So I don't know about that. I'm not commenting on anything with you, but
Oh, is that how we're starting off the new year?
you're the one who said
Since when do you not comment on anything I
it.
say?
You're the one who said it, and if you think that you're a good husband, good for you.
Well,
You happen to be very handsome.
all I'm saying, yeah, I know. Thank you.
This is how we're starting off the new year. You know what? The ego has landed.
Yes, it is.
And it has come year after year after year. It's amazing.
Well, thank you. I mean, I do realize that, I am exceptionally attractive, and that, and people
Ow.
say whenever we meet anybody and we're in the studio, people say to me all the time, don't they, Al? Anthony, you have the perfect face for radio.
I've heard that.
You
Yes.
see?
Yes.
I've heard it too.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, what I'm saying is, getting back to our story, is men can maximize their reproductive success by pursuing one of two different strategies. Now, they can seek a long-term mate, stay with her, and invest in their joint offspring, which is called the dad strategy, or seek a large number of short-term mates without investing in any of the offspring. And that's called the CAD strategy.
Oh my God. That's terrible. The CAD strategy?
Yeah.
I don't even understand that. See, I don't get that. But I do know some people who do that.
Really?
Yes.
Well, all men want to pursue the CAD strategy.
Really?
Yeah. However, their choice of the mating strategy is constrained by female choice because the female always has the final say.
Absolutely. Yeah. Men don't get to decide with women and with whom they get to have sex with. Men don't get to decide that.
That's
Women
right.
do. Yeah. Women do. And there are a lot of women, though, who actually seek out the handsome guy or the good-looking guy.
Really?
You know, I think that's really not always the best.
For the husband or for the short-term mate?
I guess for their short-term mates,
Right.
but for their good and for their good genes. But for their long-term mates, I think it's a little bit different.
Well, you know, even women who are already married benefit from short-term mating with handsome men. So if they could successfully, and this has happened over and over again, if they could successfully fool their husbands into investing in the resulting offspring.
That's the best of both worlds.
That's right. That's right. Because what happens?
Well, the children carry the high-quality genes of their handsome lover
Yes, they do.
and receive the parental investment of their unknowingly resourceful husband. That's a good one.
You mean, I don't know. I think those husbands are cacoodled. That's what I think.
Cacoodled?
You know, yes.
Where do you get these words?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, in order to help women accomplish this, evolution has designed women to be more likely to have sex with their lovers when they are ovulating and therefore more fertile, and have sex with their husbands when they are not.
Isn't that something?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that is something. You know, here's the thing though. Handsome men get a disproportionate number of opportunities for short-term mating.
Yes, it's true, isn't
Yeah.
it, Al?
Yeah. And therefore able to engage in the CAD strategy.
That's right. Homely men have no choice.
I hate to say it like that.
Yeah.
You know, but since women do not choose them as a short-term mate, their only option for achieving any reproductive success is to find one long-term mate and invest heavily in their children. And that is the dad strategy.
That's right. And consistent with this logic, there are studies that show that more attractive men have a larger number of extra pair sex partners.
Really?
Yeah, that's sex partners other than their long-term mates. You know,
That's interesting.
yeah. You know, more attractive men have more short-term mates than long-term mates.
I could see that. I understand that because they're sought after.
That's right.
Yeah.
And more attractive women have more long-term mates than short-term mates.
Oh.
So, and the thing is,
That's interesting too. But I know that also,
okay,
you know, based on, you know, some of my clients and their friends.
really,
Yeah. Based on, you know, their looks and who they're, yeah.
yeah, handsome men invest, you know, less in their exclusive relationships than the less attractive men do, and
You're so sweet saying less attractive.
well, I'm not going to call them ugly, you know,
That's
or
nice of
homely.
you.
I think I used the word homely, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're less honest with and less attentive to their partners. That's the handsome men.
I know. I knew what you were saying and I understand that.
Well, the data shows that the more physically attractive the husbands are, the less supportive they are with their wives in their interactions.
I you know what? I can understand that and I see that a lot and I hear that a lot. That's why handsome men make bad husbands. And yeah, a lot of handsome men do, but not all, you know, and are value judgments that scientists do not make. However, there's data that demonstrates clearly that handsome men have more extramarital affairs and they're just not as committed to their marriages, which many wives consider undesirable. And therefore, they see that handsome men make better lovers than their husbands.
You know, what's interesting is, and I think we've talked about this before, I have a friend who was just good looking, and the girl he married absolutely beautiful. I mean, they look like the top of a wedding cake. Really a good-looking couple. And they were married for a couple of years. And within the first year, she wanted to have children. And he said to her, I'm not ready yet. And she said, okay. They waited another year. And she says, I'm really
clicking, ticking. Yeah.
Yes, my
time clock.
What did they say in my cousin Vinny? My clock is ticking and ticking and ticking. When she was stamping her foot, that was funny.
I don't think those were the exact words, but yeah. We'll have to pull that up and find out what those exact words were.
From my cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
But
Marissa Tomei says oh God.
My clock is ticking.
Yeah,
She's
but what?
stamping her
You know
foot.
what though? That's very common though. A lot of women say that.
Well, after the second year, she said, "You've got 6 more months. Otherwise, I'm leaving you."
She left him, didn't she?
She left him.
And she married somebody not as attractive, correct?
No. I am telling you, this man was short, fat, and bald.
But can I tell you
with Coke bottle glasses.
But wait a second. He gave her children.
He gave her children.
She wanted children.
So that's all she wanted was his sperm. I feel sorry for that guy. And
Who, the handsome guy?
No, I feel sorry for the not so handsome guy.
No. Don't feel sorry for him. Do you know why? He has a wife and he has children who unconditionally love him. His children unconditionally love him.
But I don't think his wife does. No,
I'm sure she has love for him because there's something to be said for this. There's something that happens when you have, regardless of anything else, you form a connection with people.
I've never had a connection with a troll.
There are connections. I don't think that he's definitely a troll.
You haven't seen him. He looks like...
Doesn't matter.
It looks like he lives under a bridge.
When you have children with somebody, there is something there's some sort of bond that you share. And trust me this, she has a nice connection with him. I'm sure she does.
Now, I don't know because I lost touch with her. And by the way, my friend, I'm sorry for calling you short, fat, and bald, but...
Yeah.
Sorry. I was exaggerating a little bit.
I'm sure he's not as horrible as you just made him to be, the poor little Billy Goat Man.
But according to this study that we were just talking about, she's having probably an affair after an affair. And I mean, she is gorgeous. Unless she has no interest in sex at all, and more invested in her kids than anything else.
You don't know. You don't know her, on that level at this time. Because once you have kids, there's a different mindset that happens to you when you have children.
I guess. I don't know. I don't have any children. I usually fry them up and eat them before they...
I wouldn't say that anymore. It's kind of gross. Let's make a children-free year when it comes to the frying pan.
What about...
No cats either.
Alrighty. But getting back to my friend, I wonder if they sleep naked every night. Because...
The little man or
my little man and his beautiful wife.
I don't know. I guess you'll have to call him up and say, "Hey, Happy New Year." By the way, and ask the question.
Well, seriously, if you really want someone to pay close attention to you, you sleep naked. In life, we have to wear clothes pretty much everywhere. So why wear them in the comfort of our own home?
Well, it depends on if there's kids around, and I'm pretty sure they probably don't sleep naked.
Have 3 or 4 of them.
If they have little kids, they probably don't sleep naked. And if they have big kids, they probably don't sleep naked.
But you close the door.
I know, but kids just walk in.
Yeah, okay.
I have big kids and they just walk in.
Oh.
They just walk in. It's one of those things that just happens because, they need to grab something. Somebody needs to borrow something. Somebody needs to ask a question. Somebody can't sleep in the middle of the night, especially when they're little. Somebody's screaming because they're having night terrors. There's a lot going on.
Al, she said that all in one freaking breath.
Because that's life and that happens. Al has kids. and grandchildren. And so he understands what I'm saying is
And
to
a
be
mouthful
true.
of cookies.
There's a breakfast bar in my mouth.
But you know what? Isn't that true though? They just
You're
kind of
right.
they come walking in and hey, they don't even knock sometimes
Nope.
because they need something immediately, and in their minds, it's the most important thing at that moment.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to tell both of you right now that, okay, it may seem a little bit weird at first, or a problem with the kids where nothing at all, but sleeping without the confinement of clothing, actually comes with major health benefits.
I know that it does have major health benefits, and I can agree with you there. That's wonderful. But here's the thing. It's January and it's 20 degrees. And even with the heat and the fireplace, it's a little frigid sometimes. So I'm thinking, no, I'm going to keep my socks on. My Ugg socks, actually, that my son gave me for Hanukkah. My socks on and flannel because I'm freezing.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
You tell me.
Maybe, those issues have some bearing, but in a sleep survey, only 8% of Americans go to sleep with nothing at all. But more people might jump on the bandwagon after hearing about these amazing advantages of sleeping naked.
Okay.
And we're going to tell you about 5 or 6 of them.
Okay. Now, I know, I don't agree with pajamas being comfy and cozy. Depending on what they are. I think that it can actually hinder your sleep because you get stuck sometimes. So I don't actually do that whole pajama-y thing. But I guess it could be a little uncomfortable if your pajamas and your comforter and your extra blankets, especially like me, and my heated blanket, sometimes could wake you up in the middle of the night because you get a little too hot.
And you have all those cats and dogs sleeping in bed with you also.
No, my
so-
dogs don't.
Oh, okay.
No, my cats do. I have one that sleeps near my neck. Okay. Okay, so in order to have a really good night's sleep, your body actually does require a cool environment.
Hey, and how cool is it to sleep naked?
Yeah, but I think I would wake up from frozen feet. Yeah, I really do. Because I just feel like in the middle of the night, and I do wake up in the middle of the night, and it's probably because I'm a little too hot because of the heated blanket, the fireplace, and my comforter and my pajama, well, not my pajamas, but my nightgown. It could be like a whole thing. So I understand sometimes I wake up a little sweaty. So that is probably, you're probably right, Anthony.
Of course I am.
That's just what I'm saying. And then, of course, I have the cat near my neck. And so,
Cat's temperature is 101 degrees.
oh, so she is a little heater.
Yes, she is. Now, the skin will naturally cool off along with the rest of your body when you hit the sack, at night. But wearing pajamas or a nightgown just hinders the body from doing what it needs in order to help you, drift off into sleep. And since we wear clothes all the time, our bodies, it gives our bodies a chance to air out.
Okay, especially for women. I've
That's right.
actually heard there's a study actually that says women wearing panties while you sleep traps bacteria and yeast. Mm-hmm. So when people sleep naked, they actually lower the risk of yeast infections and just kind of let their body air itself out.
That's right.
Plus, it feels really good to allow the cool air to touch your skin without anything getting in the way.
That's right. I forgot to bring my clothes in the other night. I had them hanging out on the line. And
On the line,
on the clothesline. Yes, I love that fresh air.
it's freezing
Yeah, I know.
and
I just
snowy and icy, but okay.
Can I finish my story,
Sure.
please?
His clothing is in icicles on the line.
So I have my gloves out there, from shoveling the snow, and the gloves were saying, oh, I'm so important because I keep my lady's hands warm all day. And the socks were saying, oh, no. It is so important to be a sock because the sock keeps my lady's feet warm all day. And the nightgown said, you guys please be quiet. I've been up all night.
He lost me.
You guys just don't get it.
Maybe we do get it.
All right. What I'm saying is sleeping naked next to your partner will decrease stress levels. And everybody knows that cuddling and getting physical close to somebody increases your health in many ways.
That is absolutely the truth. It is very, very important to cuddle. Cuddling is so important for a relationship that when you don't do it, you can actually,
You hinder the relationship.
You absolutely can.
But sleeping naked can take things to a whole nother level. Yes. Skin to skin contact with your partner helps to decrease stress and even more, but lowering your blood pressure and making you more relaxed. Not to mention, sleeping naked next to someone makes you happier and therefore healthier.
Yes, when you're happy, you're healthy. Absolutely. In a 2014 survey of 1,000 married British people, they revealed that people who slept naked were happier in their relationships.
Mm-hmm. You hear
Yes.
that?
More
Hear that,
precisely,
ladies?
57% of people who slept naked reported feeling satisfied in their relationships, but only 40% of people who slept in pajamas reported the same things. Okay? For those who slept in onesies, only 15% reported feeling content in their relationship.
Onesies.
Yeah, onesies. That's what the study said. Onesies.
Of course they weren't as content. There was no easy access. And easy access is very important in a relationship.
I do agree with that. I do agree that easy access is very important. You want to be able to feel your partner and be with your partner and love your partner in a way that you can't do if you're dressed. That's the truth.
That's right. Easy access, content. No access,
Discontent.
a poor night's sleep. Your stress levels rise, making you more inclined to binge on snacks and other unhealthy foods. And during sleep, your growth hormones increase while the stress hormone cortisol decreases.
Oh.
That's right. And this natural process allows your body to remain balanced and keep stress at bay. But having a bad night's sleep with no easy access simply throws off the body chemical makeup. So, sleeping naked allows your body to breathe better, which will therefore help you sleep better and much more deeply, especially after the easy access.
So in the morning, the stress hormone cortisol increases once again in order to give us the energy that we need to start our day.
And most men need easy access.
However, if we don't give our bodies a chance to lower stress hormones, we will inevitably reach out for something to get us through the day to feel better. And that's usually something junky. Junk food.
Oh,
really bad stuff.
We say reach for your mate instead of your plate.
Well, it depends on what's on the plate.
Now, wait a minute. It sounds like too much easy access might be a sign that your partner only wants you for sex and not love.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Huh?
No.
Well, okay. Your partner is a good lover, but if the love that you get seems to be physical, and that's all you get is physical, you might be wondering if it's a sign that your partner wants you for sex and not love.
Well, I mean, that all depends. I mean, your partner is someone that you enjoy being intimate with.
That's what the...
Yeah, but you aren't just a plaything. I mean, you're not.
I dream about being a plaything.
Oh, okay. To find out that the love they thought they had was just lust, that could be really crazy. I know actually someone that actually happened to.
Oh.
Yeah, one of my clients, her husband, they got married, and she's really, really, really beautiful. And her husband, just only wanted her for sex. In fact, there weren't any of those lovely, cuddling, intimate moments. There were just sex.
Maybe she just turned him on.
Well, she does. She does turn him. She did, I'm sure. She doesn't anymore because she found somebody who wants to cuddle with her and wants to spend time with her, and someone who pays attention to her and appreciates her and gives her affection. Affection is really huge. So, we have to talk about these signs that your guy only wants you for sex and not love, or your girl, because you might think that the stereotype is for men to be more likely to be in it for the sex and not love. But researchers in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology say there are a lot of women out there that are just as interested in casual sexual hookups.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Where? When? Who are these people? Who are these women?
The differences in men and women's ideas about romantic love versus sex were studied by researchers in the Journal of Personal Relationships.
Oh, yeah, I read that.
And the scientists say men were more sexually permissive than women. That's consistent with previous research. Although women and men similarly endorsed sex as an emotional experience, men and women differed on several relationship variables.
Like what?
Well, women were more oriented to friendship-based love.
Oh, yeah, he's just a friend.
And men...
You say he just a friend. You say he just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need.
And men to game-playing love. And I know players. Okay?
Oh, baby, you got what I need.
You just don't hear this stuff. But you hear it right here on 920 The Jersey. And we are Trend Radio.
Yes, we are.
You can't
Make sure you tune in.
That's right. All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Trend Radio continues after this on 920 The Jersey.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
If you're joining us just now, we are Anthony, Vincent, and Elise, together, Trend Radio, where we talk about love, lust, romance, and sex.
Mostly sex. Knowing that a woman might be in a sex-only relationship if it lacks friendship, and men might be in a sex-only relationship if it lacks some playful pursuit.
So your partner may have a history of not being able to commit.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of short-term relationships in your partner's past. Maybe he or she has always been the one to leave their relationship in the past rather than getting their own feelings hurt.
That could be. That could absolutely be.
You know, the signs that your partner may have a difficult time in a, caring long-term connection with you or anyone else, before that, it might be a sign that they want you just for sex and not love.
And that's because some people aren't comfortable with expressing their emotions.
You have no problem there, Elise.
I wasn't talking about me. Some people are just not comfortable expressing frustration, sadness,
As
worries.
I said, you have no problem there.
That's the problem. Because it also means that your partner doesn't know how to show you love either if they can't express it. You know, in a book, The Dangerous Passion, Why Jealousy is not as necessary as love and sex. It says that men and women have different expectations about sharing emotions and fidelity. For example, a woman is more likely to be upset if her partner has an emotional affair with another person. Definitely. Emotional is yeah. Men, on the other hand, feel that actually having sex with somebody else is more of a terrible betrayal. I happen to agree with that. I mean, I agree that the emotional part is way worse than the sexual part.
You know, I might agree with that too.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, but
you know, emotional cheating is real, and if your partner won't open up about his or her emotions to you, it's a sign that your partner also wants you for sex, not love, and possibly your partner is sharing their emotions with another potential romantic partner.
Exactly. Emotional bonding, especially over positive emotions, is important. Very, very important for a romantic relationship. That is based on love, not just sex. If your partner is emotionally distant or suppressing emotions, it's a sign that they are in it for sex and not love. And I have to tell you, that's what is so huge when people are over the internet and they're having just conversation, or when they're texting and it's just conversation. That's where emotions come in.
Oh, yeah.
And it becomes very emotional because you're not sharing any physical anything yet. And so that's why women have such a problem when their men are on when their men that they love are on their phones.
Yeah, that seems to be a big deal with women.
It is a very big deal because
You know,
they
guys
know
think, it's conversation, it's talking, it's business.
Conversation and talking turns into something emotional. And that's where women go crazy.
Well, you know, you sometimes have to have sex when you really don't want to.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, I do agree that. And that's all.
That's most women.
Yeah, but I do agree with that. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah. And when your partner is just using you for sex, not love, it's more likely that you're having sex a lot, maybe like your friend. And, you know, maybe more than you would personally want to. I mean, in fact, more than once you have been talked into it when you really weren't in the mood, but they insisted and you ended up having sex and you
I have
were
a friend
pressured
like that.
into it. Yeah.
I have a friend like that who actually has a lot of sex with her husband when she's just not in the mood.
Really?
Yeah, Feeling pressured into sex is very concerning. You know, if you told your husband, partner, whatever, no, I am just so not in the mood, you know, he's got to deal with that anyway. And, you know, I'm just not in the mood.
I know so many women who are never in the mood.
No, here's the thing. Sometimes like life just gets a hold of you. The kids, work, there's pressure all over the place and you're just not in the mood to be intimate. I get that. So if you're not in the mood, you know, he's in the mood, whatever, cuddle up next to him, tell him about your day, talk to him. And, you know, things might change. Maybe you might get in the mood. But if you're just having sex with him because he's pressuring you, it's not going to be great sex.
Well, what if the girl is the one who forces you herself?
What if the girl is putting the pressure on the guy?
Yeah.
I mean, that could happen too. That absolutely could happen. And then just say, hey, look,
When?
you know what?
Where? Who does that? Where are they?
Just say, you know, it's the same thing. You know, you cuddle up and you say, hey, you know, this is what's going on and I'm just not feeling it right now. It doesn't mean I don't love you. But, you know, that could be the reason too. It might not be a case of that. He might have lost interest or she might have lost interest. And then that's a problem.
Well, you know, if your partner is unavailable for most of your plans, it's like dinner. Sorry, your partner has a late night meeting, but could you come over later? How about a picnic in the park? No, your partner has other plans that don't include you, but maybe some snacks in the sheets later. What do you think of that? You know?
If your partner starts breaking or canceling holidays, anything, anniversary plans, you can be certain that your relationship is just not deep. You begin to take the hint that the only part of your partner's life that you'll be involved in is the part where they want you for sex and not love. So when your partner makes plans with you and you have something happening and you feel rushed or uncomfortable or just not feeling appreciated, back off a little bit. Back off a little bit and see where it goes.
Well, I always think that, if your conversations usually turn to flirtations, I thought that's flirting, and that keeps the
attraction high.
Keeps the attraction high.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing.
I agree with you on that. Absolutely. And if your partner refuses to just talk dirty with you, or
just refuses to talk to you,
it doesn't feel like giving you that affectionate attention, it's definitely a sign that your partner only wants you for sex and not love. Clearly, they see the relationship, talk and texting, as foreplay, not as intimate bonding.
Well, as we said, that foreplay starts like the minute you open your eyes.
Yeah, well, foreplay starts between the ears.
That's right.
We always say that.
Yeah. So, with all this sex, there's an article that I read that, guys who have like 22 orgasms a month, they have a much less risk of
sneezing. They actually have a much less risk of prostate cancer.
You mean not sneezing?
No.
Well,
no.
According, to this study, having an orgasm daily or nearly that, and it will lower your risk of prostate cancer by over 30%.
Told you.
Yeah, that's right.
I knew
it. Men who ejaculate more than 21 times a month are 1/3 as likely to get prostate cancer as those who ejaculate only like 4 or 5 times a month.
According to a Harvard study from the early 2000s, the study's authors hypothesized that getting rid of all of that baby batter releases beneficial hormones to flushing out the old sperm regularly, and that may purge precancerous cells.
Wow.
Yeah. To make sure you can get it up when you need to, try to have 2 or 3 cups of coffee, or the caffeine equivalent, a day, says researchers at the U of Texas. And their study found that men who consume 85 to 170 milligrams of caffeine daily are 42% less likely to report any kind of erectile dysfunction. The docs think the caffeine relaxes arteries and muscles, leading to the penis allowing for more and better
erections?
Uh-huh.
Well, you know what? That makes sense. So even if
I think so.
And didn't we once talk about some natural remedies for ED? Was drinking coffee.
Oh, coffee's awesome for you.
You're right. It kind of opens up all of the blood vessels in our body. And
exactly. Keeping everything flowing fine.
So you got low libido. Drink
coffee.
That's right. And as much as we might be a little bit reluctant or embarrassed to talk about low libido, it's really one of the most important things for our health. And
absolutely.
There is loads of scientific evidence that shows that we can have better mental, physical, and social health from regular, satisfying sexual encounters.
Absolutely. And the thing is that a fulfilling sex life helps us to glow and find that inner vitality and connect with each other and on a deep level. And that, when you feel beautiful, you look beautiful. That's the truth. So I think Sexual desire is not something to be ashamed of.
No, no, no.
It is rather something to be celebrated. It is one of the most natural human acts and the very reason that each of us is even here on this planet.
Well, unfortunately, many people are not meeting their sexual quotas simply because lack of desire. Now, this phenomenon can have like that chicken and egg effect. Its health imbalances cause low libido, and low libido in turn causes impaired health in other ways.
Yeah. So we've taken the time to break down some of the main reasons why you might have the sexual blahs.
Blah.
Yeah. So we want to help you get back in that saddle for a delicious and gratifying sex life.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that. Delicious and satisfying sex life.
Yeah, it sounds like a good steak.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And, there are countless things that mess up good sex, including poor sleep, stress. So
Medication.
sleeping. So there we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Then
All
we
right.
gotta-
Sleep naked.
That's right. See, here's another important piece of information
Absolutely.
that talks about sleeping naked. So testosterone is the main driver behind sexual desire in both men and women.
Yes. So low testosterone, very, very bad.
Low testosterone, bad. And there are foods that help you.
To enhance your romance.
That's right. And build testosterone in both men and women.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find out what those foods are if you watch Elisa and I on Sunday nights, 7:30 p.m. We are the Aphrodisiac Chefs.
Yes, we cook with love, and you can catch us at PrincetonTV.org.
That's right. Your computer becomes your TV screen.
Absolutely.
So, a number of prescription drugs, I almost didn't get that out, really can cause hormone and neurotransmitter changes, which have been linked to low libido also.
Absolutely. Such as, some of these antidepressants like Prozac and Zoloft, they can cause sexual dysfunction. And they can affect up to 80% of your brain. Okay? People who use them,
And, Xanax is another one that contributes to decreased libido.
and birth control.
I've never taken them.
Yeah, they contribute to low libido in 15% of women. They also create all kinds of other things, but they can also increase the levels of a sex hormone binding globulin. Yeah, and that reduces your sex hormones even after getting off the pill. Just stay away from that.
So, guys, get your gal off the pill and start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Blood pressure medications, hair loss drugs.
Well, blood pressure medication is actually important. It's very, very important to use it if your doctor says you need it. We don't want to be having a stroke or a heart attack, but work it out because, actually, sometimes blood pressure issues, they're genetic and you can't do anything about them. But there's other ways around that also. Hair loss drugs.
That's the Propecia one I started to say. And also prostate medication. I think, what's that called? Proscar? They lower testosterone production, and the result, low libido.
Yes, that is the result. It's a little unfortunate.
Medical marijuana, I know that's one that a lot of our friends like, right?
Yeah, that is. Prescription weed is also known to lower sexual performance in men, but we use them anyway, and sometimes we need to use them. Antihistamines.
Yes, to put up with your co-host.
Antihistamines, loss of libido. Very temporary, though. But if you keep using them for your allergies, that could also result in that, too. But, again, sometimes you just can't breathe, and you need an antihistamine,
And if you're a guy, sometimes you just need that Propecia. Now, Al wouldn't know what I'm talking about. He's got a beautiful, thick, full head of hair.
Yes, he does.
You know.
He is very lucky with that.
And, so we're kind of getting off the subject over here, but, how fast does hair grow?
What kind of hair? Hair on your head, hair on your body, hair on your little private areas? What are you talking about?
Well, they all grow at different rates. And at least as one of the top 100 salons in New Jersey, according to Beauty Entertainment magazine, they ask us all the time different questions about hair and whatnot. But the most quoted average rate of human hair growth is what, Elise?
About 6 inches per year.
That's right.
Yeah. Although not in me, not mine. Mine didn't grow back that quickly.
No?
Yeah, but the majority of studies measuring the rate of hair growth didn't take into account the race of study participants, for instance.
Oh.
Caucasian hair is very different from Asian and African hair, and it's different in several ways. For instance, the density, how closely hair strands are packed together, and the angle of your hair growth. I can't even believe it, but that really does make a difference.
That's right.
Yeah.
In a 2005 study, the International Journal of Dermatology also found a difference among races in the rate of hair growth.
Wow.
Again, for example, Asian hair growth is the fastest, while African hair growth is the slowest.
Really?
Yeah. And I know why. The Asian hair is very straight.
And heavy. And beautiful.
And the black hair is very curly. So what happens when the hair grows out of the follicle? As it grows, it's coming directly out of the follicle of Asian hair, where in Afro-American hair, the hair is growing within the follicle in a circle, thus making it
so
grow slower.
Yeah. So the average really for most African women, it was really about 4 inches per year, while the Asian gals were about 6 inches per year, and Caucasian female participants grew around 5 inches per year.
Now, the hair growth rate in the male participants was pretty much the same as the women. So, researchers also think that hair grows quicker in the summer due to the dietary changes, eating more fruits and vegetables, as well as shifts in hormones and increased exposure to UV light.
I understand that. You're out in the sun more, you're getting more vitamin D. In the wintertime, you're really kind of all wrapped up and, in the dark.
Yeah, I don't actually agree with that, because as humans, we are mammals. And if you know from...
Speak for yourself.
I said mammal, not Cro-Magnon.
You said human.
So being mammals, a human mammal, in the wintertime, our bodies will grow more hair.
Oh, to keep us warmer?
Warm. Yeah, absolutely. That's...
okay. I was going to say something and I'm not.
Okay.
I'm learning this year not to always have to say what's on my mind.
Oh, my God. That is not going to last very long.
That was one of Elisa's New Year's restitutions.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yes, and it's not going to last long.
We shall see now, won't we?
We're going to take a quick break, and Trend Radio continues right after this on 920 The Jersey.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got flat hair? Want to blow it up? Squeeze and tease. You're volumized. Now it's supersized. Say hello to beautiful.
Want your beauty question answered on the air? Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
We are Anthony, Vincent, and Elise together, Trend Radio on 920 The Jersey. Elise, this is like really great news.
What's that?
Well, we have today actually marks our anniversary of our 5th year.
Yes, it does.
This was the start of our 5th year. And, we have talked about these last 5 years, some of the most bizarre sex studies ever. And, and over, these last 5 years, we had covered so many of them, okay. So why is it that for 5 years we are never able to ignore a good sex news story?
Well, because we want to share it, and we are curious.
Yes, we are.
We are very curious, and we want to share it with everybody who's been so loyal to us and listening to us for the past 5 years.
That's right.
Especially that first show.
And these thousands of bizarre sex-related studies being undertaken by experienced researchers all across the globe, are really the best part. And you've heard about these right here on Trend Radio.
Yeah,
We've talked
about them.
Yeah. Now,
and you've emailed us, and we've given you fabulous answers. The truth, always the truth.
That's right. And sex is ranking millions of hits on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
And believe it or not, according to a 2005 study published in the Sexual Addiction and Compulsivity, more than all of the more than half of the past, what is that called when you look up something?
An encyclopedia?
Yeah, right.
Wikipedia?
They do that on the internet.
Poor man.
Yeah, all of the searches. More than half the searches are related to sex.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. We know that.
So, and this includes pornographic magazines and other sex-related products and toys.
Right.
Wouldn't you say that?
I would.
What else
I
would you say?
Absolutely say.
What else would you say?
Well, I would also say...
What would you say, Al?
I got nothing.
Okay.
You just work the dials, right?
I moved the knobs around.
Now that sounds like a great job.
So,
no, play with this and dial. Play with this and dial.
Okay, Mr. Funny. I would also say casual sex is good for your health.
That's right. That's what I've been telling people.
We've talked about this, though, and we talked about it just a few weeks ago.
That's right.
According to researchers at Cornell University and NYU, casual sex actually lowers anxiety and depression.
Oh, and I have been very anxious, right?
And it boosts self-confidence. I have an Ativan for you.
Thank you. And Lisa's been very depressed.
And that's why I have Ativan. Okay. And you know what else, Pumpkin?
What's that?
Men should eat pumpkin.
I mean, pumpkin. I just made a pumpkin pie.
Al?
Yes.
Bleep. Bleep.
I made a pumpkin pie last night.
Did you?
I mixed pumpkin and apple together.
Yeah, I told him it would be a good...
she said it would be good. And
it would be good. And it is.
Sound good.
Yeah.
The Smell and Taste Treatment and Research Foundation of Chicago.
Oh, wait a minute. It's not the smell and taste of pumpkin. There's a smell and taste treatment and research foundation. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I'm going to repeat myself.
Of course.
The Smell and Taste Treatment and Research Foundation of Chicago made a discovery that pumpkin can actually increase blood flow in the penis. So, all the men who are struggling with erection issues must, and I say this, must make pumpkin a part of their daily diet. Okay? So let me just tell you something. They have, at all of the coffee places, the most delicious pumpkin lattes, guys. Okay? I'm not going to say which one. Okay? Everybody knows what my favorite is. But they have the best pumpkin lattes. Go for it.
So a pumpkin latte and a slice of pumpkin pie.
Yes.
Well, that's a winner.
That is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the triple threat there. the caffeine, the pumpkin latte, and the pumpkin pie. Yummy.
Yummy. And we always love a triple threat now, don't we?
Yes, we do. I love the triple threat. So you're...
Yeah? That good, huh?
So it turns out
What turns out?
that your women, there's a very strong possibility that your woman will cheat on you if you have like a large...
Why don't you just say pickle? Because we had that whole pickle conversation.
Right. But as ridiculous as it is, but true, there's a study published in the Library of Science journal that has found that the longer your penis is, the greater likelihood that your lady will be cheating on you.
Really?
And- yeah.
I guess it depends, though, on the lady. Because there are some women that like that.
Well, yeah, they're called size queens.
Yes.
So this study was done particularly with women, and women were the subjects who participated in the study. I mean, it's difficult, according to what they say, it's difficult to accommodate a big one because it's uncomfortable and sometimes painful. So a woman with a partner that, has a larger, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
May have issues here.
Cheating.
Yep.
Cheating issues.
That's all we're saying. So, you've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com, click on demand, and scroll directly to us.
And get the lowdown on getting down. Tune into your bad boy inside you.
Or your bad girl.
Listen each week. We always have something sexy to say. Got questions? Email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
And remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel? Well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.
Oh, and don't forget, tune in tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. at PrincetonTV.org and watch us cook with love.
We are the Aphrodisiac Chefs.